Hey guys, what's up? Skullzi here, skulking around, and guess what? I have some crazy news for you, something that could potentially be big, as I can confirm a few things that will definitely, without a doubt, be in Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, how can I confirm this, you may ask, because that's totally what I would ask. Well, before I get into all that, I just wanted to say that for a while I thought about how I'd approach this information, approach making this video and sharing all this stuff with you guys. Because I wouldn't want people to assume I was just bullshitting, and I didn't want to bring the kind of leak drama and all the drama that talking about leaks can bring to a channel and so on and so forth. And also, at the same time, I wanted to protect the identity of my inside source. But my source told me themselves that they were telling me this information to help with my channel, and that it would help, and that other people do it, and that it's just kind of how things go. Just be sure to not mention anything to do with who they are and not risk anything about their identity. So I will try to say as much as I can while respecting the wishes and the career of my source, and also because at the same time, if I burn them, I get burned. I mean, if I have this golden nugget of information, if I have the Shadow Broker on my team, why would I want to risk that and risk future information that I could share with you guys? It would be stupid. Now, as some of you may or may not know, my channel used to be called Razor, and I used to focus on Mass Effect Andromeda news and information, way before the game even had a shred of information about it, at least officially. I put out a lot of content about Mass Effect 4, which is what it was referred to at the time. Many theory videos, so many's, but then I started putting out videos with information about the game that would later be proven true, actually a few videos. And these videos were put out a long time before the game even came out, before BioWare even really started to talk about Mass Effect Andromeda. And one of the ways I got all of this information super early was from this source. If you don't believe me, you can check out my previous videos from way back then. They're still on my channel, and they still have all the information I said in them. You can take this information, look it up, and see how BioWare did not mention any of this stuff at that time. I totally got this stuff from somewhere. Some of this information regarded around how they got to Andromeda. Some of this information revolved around the game taking place in the Andromeda Galaxy. I even mentioned about how the main characters were going to be part of a family. All this is still in my videos, and you can go down there and see it. The date says it proves that my source is correct. Every prediction and piece of information leaked out was from this source, so that should prove they're legit, I hope. Or at least it'll allow you to listen to this information, if anything. And now this time my source surprised me with some stuff about Red Dead Redemption 2. I was totally not expecting this, and oh, I jumped out of my chair when I was reading it. Now, I'm sure many of you have seen the trailers by now, and you probably may have seen the leaked map. Now, I don't have any information on this map, mostly because I didn't even ask. Like I said, I haven't spoke to this source in some time, and I wouldn't have had any reason to ask her about the map of Red Dead Redemption 2 without ever hearing anything about that game from her. It just doesn't, it doesn't make sense. So no, I don't know if the map is legit or not. I'm sorry. Maybe I'll ask her. I don't know. Now, beyond that map, the information is as follows. Some of this information shouldn't come off as much of a surprise, but some of it might. The first bit of information, though, probably won't come off as much of a surprise. My source guarantees that Red Dead Redemption 2 will have 3 playable main characters in the single-player story. Only. This time, the 3-character dynamic is said to be done with much more depth and replay value, where some story elements, cutscenes, and even missions may be skipped depending on what character the player has selected at certain times or on certain missions. Now, this all sounds freaking amazing to me. There's kind of elements of this in GTA 5. You'd see a little bit of a cutscene if you went into Michael's house as Trevor, just depending on the characters you had selected as you're entering a mission or doing something related to the mission. You could get different dialogue or see different cutscenes. So I think that this is going to be something like that, only so much of the game you won't even see if you play as a character during a certain time. Maybe we'll find out that one character is a total liar scumbag and never does what he says, or maybe one character and another one will try and rip off the third guy. Who knows? Each character is gonna add more replay value to the game, and maybe I'll play each playthrough as only one character if I can, and then switch to the character on the next playthrough, and so on. That way I can see every bit of information there is to see about this game. Now, to go on further about the characters, each character is said to have a certain skill or capability that they are very proficient with, kind of like how Franklin had the drive times, Michael had the slow down shooter times, and Trevor had Trevor had Trevor. Now, each character has certain moments where they should be used to accomplish a certain goal or task easier, but at the same time you could tackle different missions and different heists in different ways depending on what character you used. And yes, you heard it, heists are back, only they will be a bit different this time. You can expect bank robberies, a train robbery, and more, but there isn't much detail on if there will be like a planning stage and crew members and so on like GTA 5 had. All that I got was simply, there is a story and mission-driven heist dynamic, so do with that as you will, which sounds like something Lester would say during planning a heist. Speaking of these heists, you will be able to do them online with your bandit gang. Yeah, that's right, there'll definitely be a Red Dead Online, and you can form and run your own gang of bandits, banditos, bandlitos, bandoliers, band-aids. You can take on different players' gangs, have hideouts, and even have horse races. If Rockstar Games supports Red Dead Online like they did GTA Online, I am sure it'll be awesome. I felt that the online portion in Red Dead Redemption 2 was so underrated for its time. It was kind of like a glimpse into the future, into GTA Online. I played the crap out of that game, and I'm sure I'll play the crap out of Red Dead Online. Now, the last piece of official information I received was a small one, but pretty cool nonetheless. And that is, the voice of John Marston, the main character from the previous Red Dead game, will be back. Rob Wiedoff did both the voice acting and the motion capture for John Marston's character, and he'll apparently be doing it again. It'll be cool to hear John's voice again. I wonder if he'll be more of a jerk in his younger days. It said he kinda was. Maybe we'll beat the crap out of John. Who knows? And that's it. This is all the information I had from my source, but be sure to click that subscribe button and turn notifications on so you don't miss out on any more info, as I put videos out almost every day and I'll report information the very second I get it. Now, I totally understand, and I really don't blame you if you don't believe me and think I'm just full of shit. I am not asking you to believe me. All I hope is that people are as excited for this game as I am, and that you can now see just how the possibilities of how awesome this game could be. Red Dead Redemption was just a blockbuster. It was a AAA masterpiece, and I'm sure Red Dead Redemption 2 will be along the same lines. Now, before I end the video, there are a couple things I can speculate on and can predict will more than likely be in the game. I am almost certain there'll be some form of crafting system, as hunting has always been a part of Red Dead, and RDR2 will take place before the previous game, back when the Wild West was more of a actual frontier and it was less settled and civilized. I can also guess that there will be some form of skill system like from GTA 5. Each skill will increase by doing the in-game action or finding side activities. Yay, more side activities. Having a skill system actually gives you a reason to do these side activities, and this is totally Rockstar Games' MO. Now, I guess the skills would be something like shooting, because you're probably going to shoot guns in this game, melee, for those rootin' tootin' piano brawls while some drunk guy just slams his fingers on a piano. There'd probably be horse riding and maybe likely swimming, as the leaked map at least had several island areas. And also because GTA 5 had swimming. That seems to be a valid reason. And that's it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, as anytime that number goes up, it just makes my day. Let's try to get to 10,000 views on this video. If we get to 10,000 views, John Marston will come back to life and make you tacos. I don't know what's more exciting than John Marston making you tacos. Comment what you'd like to see in Red Dead Redemption 2 and what you want him to put on your tacos, and if I like your comment, or if it gets so many thumbs up, I'll feature it in a future video. And as always, thank you for watching.